Thanking you for another day. A day that we've never seen before, nor will we ever see again. We thank you for this moment in worship and at this time for your word. Pray now you forgive me of my sin, cleanse me from unrighteousness, stand in and speak through me. The words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Thank you, Lord. He's been good. Reverend Weathers and Reverend Barber used to say he's been better to us than we've been to ourselves. And we want to thank you. I want to recognize Reverend Bentley, and Father Gibson, and Chambers, and Tate, and also acknowledging Minister Lundy from the son of the house. Amen. Family. Amen. Good to see him here as well, and to deacons and to all of you, the Mount family. Again, it's good to be back home. Amen. Someone asked, how was the flight? I said, well, it landed. Put that all on land. And leaving Orlando, it felt a little bit like it wasn't going to be here, really. But the plane seemed to be twisted a little bit more than normal. Sometimes life is like that, turbulence. You just got to buckle up the seatbelt and ride through. I'm not going to jump off. So a lot of people, when life and turbulence hit, they try to get out. No parachute. It make everything worse for everybody. Don't want to hold you long. Want to remind us tonight we have the Lord's Supper. And if you have come recently as a new member or rededication, any one of those areas, or candidate for baptism, we want you to come tonight at 5. We want to give you the right hand of fellowship, which is an official welcoming into the body, and then we're going to also serve the Lord's Supper. As you know, we choose first Sundays, and Jesus says, as often as you do this in remembrance of me. So if you're saved, we want to see you at 5. And to celebrate and commemorate his death, burial, and resurrection. We'll look at a passage of scripture out of Matthew 6th chapter, 25 through 34. The 6th chapter, verses 25 through 34. And when you get it, if you would, please, if you would stand. Matthew, the 6th chapter, verses 25 through 34. And let us read this in responsive reading fashion. I'll read verse 25. You read verse 26. We'll continue to alternate until we get to verse 34, and we'll read 34 together. Verse 25, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, or what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you shall put on. Is not life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Behold, found the dead, but they shall not, neither reap, nor gather into barns, yet their thought for these things. Are you not much better than they? Which of you, by taking thought, can add 1 cubit unto his stature? So why take you thought for brethren? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say unto you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like some of these. Wherefore God has found the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven. Shall he not much more clothe you, O you of wicked? Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Verse 34 together. Therefore take no thought for tomorrow shall take care of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Amen. I want to talk about simply, God will take care of you. God will take care of you. There's so much uncertainty in our world today that the minds of people are consumed with how they're going to make it. Elderly and disabled people are dropped off at nursing homes throughout the country by family members who seem, in many cases, uncaring. Now, there are family members who need nursing home care, and there are family members who visit, but then there are some who drop them off and wait for them to die. Politicians seem to prioritize their own interests while they care nothing about the people they lied to just to get their vote and to get in office. And then when they get in office, they reverse everything they promised as they ran their campaigns. That's why when someone wants to come to Mount Olive and they're running for some office, they have to sit through worship service. Don't kind of pop in and say what you're going to say and then take off and take our time. We're going to present the gospel to you first. Amen. It's good to have a saved politician. Amen. That's the problem now. But anyway, and in some cases, communities are faltering, marriages are ending, homes are disintegrating, children are lawless, and parents are irresponsible. We're suffering educationally and socially. Same-sex marriages and so-called gay rights movement have contributed to the spiritual decay of our world. And the church appears to not even care that the gospel of Jesus Christ is not even being preached anymore. For if the gospel is heard and heeded, people will be saved and our cities will be safe. But Jesus gives us some interesting advice. He says that despite lying politicians, despite wars and rumors of wars, despite the fact that communities are faltering, despite our educational and social decline, despite the fact that homes are disintegrating, parents are irresponsible, and children are lawless, and finally, despite the fact that it appears the church has a carefree attitude, Jesus lets us know that there's a word for us in a world that has become so callous that the word care has been stricken from his vocabulary. So he says, therefore. And my pastor, Pastor Cannon, says that whenever you see the word therefore, you ought to want to explore what it's there for. The word therefore in verse 25 connects us to what Jesus is saying in verse 24. And upwards of that verse, no man can serve two masters. He'll either love one and hate the other. He'll cling to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Jesus is getting over to the believer that it's just as sinful to be covetous and anxious over everything. Covetousness and anxiety are two sides of the same coin. It's just as sinful to be anxious over everything and nervous over everything. And to be worrying about everything. As it is to have a spirit of materialism. There are those who may not have that spirit, but they worry over what's going to happen tomorrow. And since God is your Father, you have no need of worrying about tomorrow. Because God, being your Father, cancels out worry. Jesus is giving advice from the Sermon on the Mount, saying to the believer that everything the world believes, your belief ought to counter to what the world believes. Whatever the world pursues as a child of God, you ought to do the opposite. Because if God is your Father, then you have a therefore. That's what the word therefore is there for. If God is your Father, then therefore take no thought. Or in other words, don't worry about it. Or like we say from time to time, quit tripping. If you're a Christian, if you're a child of God, if you're saved by the blood of Christ, then therefore, don't worry. It's right here in the text. Don't worry about your life. Don't worry about what you're going to eat, or what you're going to drink, or what you're going to wear. Because life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. And you're not the sum total of what you own. What really makes a difference is not what you own, but who owns you. And if we really think about it, nothing will ever happen in our lives that would take God by surprise. God even knows what's happening on Wall Street. He hadn't been sleeping since 9/11. God has not taken a vacation since this country has been engaged in conflicts on foreign soil. He knows exactly what's going on. He's not in heaven on his throne scratching his head, trying to decide his next move. He knows because he is an omniscient God. He is in control. And if we're going to worry, then don't pray. And if we're going to pray, then don't worry. What God is trying to get over to us is if you're his child, and he's your father, his presence cancels anxiety. Matter of fact, 90% of the things we worry about never happens. And the 10% that does, we can't control it no way. He says, behold, the fowl of the air. Look at the bird. They don't grow any crops. They don't have any barns to fill. They don't have a harvest. And I wonder sometimes, with Sister Cook on Tuesdays, from time to time, she used to go out and throw out bread. And the birds would just kind of gather around. And if you got an interview with the birds, hey, what y'all doing? We wait on Sister Cook. She get ready to feed us. They ain't got no job, but they eat well. Because Sister Cook sees to it that the birds have some bread. And for the rest of the birds, somehow God feeds them. Now God feeds them, but they have to go find it. I'm talking to somebody here today. God will feed you, but you got to get up and go to work for it. Some of these youngsters and some old folk who don't want to work. If you're going to eat, you got to get up. And so God will provide. He'll take care of you, but you got to show some initiative. He says they don't sow, they don't reap, they don't gather their harvest and put it in a barn. Then he says, not their heavenly Father, but your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not in God's sight better than a bird? And I think about the raven. The raven parent is so irresponsible that God have to feed the baby ravens. And yet he used ravens to feed Elijah. He can change the nature of even a scavenger bird. But he's not their father. He says, yet he feeds him. But if God is your father, and he's feeding a bird, it stands to reason that if he's good enough to a bird, that if you're his child, he'll feed you. And then Jesus goes on a little further. Which of you by worrying can add 1 cubit to his stature? In other words, worrying will not add a single moment to your life. So go on and enjoy your life. Stop worrying about what's going to happen to that child after you're gone. You may be hindering them from growing up. And it may be that God will have to move you so the child can grow. You could very well